before I do that, let me uh, let me let me move the vertices so that uh, the mesh becomes a little bit more equi more regular here. So I will move the vertices. After the moving of the vertices, it's better to do project vertices once more, just in case any vertex has not moved out of the geometry. And then I move on to proceed to I launch the pre-mesh. So we have been able to capture the geometry. course, the mesh distribution is a little bit of an issue. We'll improve that. Switch off the pre-mesh, and then we saw the mesh here was very dense. So we make it like 6, and we saw that there were no nodes here. And we saw 4. So this is our mesh now. We have been able to capture the curvature. This is our first mesh. This is the mesh, the first mesh. We can improve this even further by changing the grid distribution. Now it looks a little more realistic. The distribution is improved. Similarly on this side. So this is our first mesh. This is the mesh from all views. So this is our first mesh. So we do a pre-mesh quality histogram to check the quality of the elements, and we find that the elements here, the corners at the sharp corners of the cylindrical surface have bad angles. This is happening because of the curvature of the cylinder, and this is a chronic problem in cylindrical surface, and it has a standard solution, which is, as you know, namely creation of an O grid inside the inner cylinder. So we'll go ahead with that now. So we will create an O grid inside the inner cylinder, the cylinder corresponding to the solid, and I start blocking here O grid, say all visible, and then I select the faces, of course the faces at the end, problem, no worries. So we have selected the faces at the ends to create our O grid. We press, before I press OK, let's confirm the selection, and I press apply. I move the vertices a little to make it a better mesh. Same here on this surface. Then I give a pre-mesh parameter, the edge number of nodes here, say 4, then say mesh. Just confirming for the other edges. Then I launch a pre-mesh, fluid part as well, and switch off the edges. So the mesh is now improved. The mesh is improved. The node distribution is still a cause of worry. Perhaps the mesh, we could improve the mesh distribution here. So I launch a pre-mesh once more. So we have the mesh now. There seems to be a little bit more need for improving the node distribution. I can move the vertices here. So this mesh looks a little more symmetrical here. Similarly, I can also move the vertices here. Make the O-grid a little more symmetric. Then I launch a pre-mesh. The O-grid looks much beautiful now. Mesh looks more symmetric. Similarly, we can also improve the O-grid here, the distribution here. It's not very difficult. Still do it for you for the completion. And the O-grid polygon inside the cylinder should be as symmetric as possible. That's the only thing we should care about. The last bit here. This is the mesh here, and so our mesh is complete. You can run a quality histogram and see that the angle has improved to 17.55, which is very much acceptable for almost all the solvers. We can improve the mesh a little more by challenging the node distribution on each of the edges, but that can be tackled on your own. So this is the end of